All right, what's going on, everybody? It's official word here again. We're hopping into Legend League. Yesterday was a pretty good day. We had that 312, went plus 45 with that one-star defense, got another. Today we've got two defenses already. We'll see if we can lock in on offense. It'll be 297 if they triple, which likely will happen. We can try and get a 320 here. Season's ending in 4 days. No time for really making mistakes. We got to absolutely be locked. And without further ado, let's just hop into the first one. Alright, so this is a nice base for a fireball. I'd like to hit maybe the ricochet cannon because it's this bottom one because it's away from the clan castle. First of all, looking maybe for a flame flinger. There could be one up here. I don't know if I can avoid that archer queen though. Yeah, so I think I'm going to do... Can I tank that? I can with goblins. So I'll just come in from this side. I just want to go hit that ricochet cannon. So I'm going to be walking my warden in pretty slowly, maybe not raging. Maybe I should check where the clan castle range was because, yeah, I don't want to be hitting... Oh, it looks like I got two freezes somehow. Somehow the frost spell glitched. I'll make sure that's changed for next hit. Don't want to pull the CC here, but I do... Also not want to use too many spells. This would be a perfect time to frost spell actually, and I would have launched a fireball, so it does stink that I don't have it for who knows why, but I actually go right to the ricochet cannon, which is just perfect right there. Absolutely gorgeous fireball. I'll use one of my freezes since I've got 3 of them. Don't know how that happened. But we're looking solid here. The warden's walking really nicely. Maybe I'll just take this down. Oh, not yet, I guess. If I can get my warden to stay down to the bottom here, my heroes can funnel very nicely. So yeah, warden's going to continue walking. I'll get a headhunter ready for the enemy RC, and then when I take her down, I was thinking about getting a flame flinger here, but I would have had to deal with the mortar somehow. And as long as I hit my fireball, you know what, the heroes into there would be no problem behind the fire spitter. So yeah, this one's going to be a very nice setup. We're looking really strong. I'm actually going to get a nice skelly spell down here because... yeah, that ricochet cannon could do decent damage. Zooming out here to look at my warden, as we do. Staying multitasking. I'm going to get the siege barracks down. Hopefully, yep, nice. Skeleton was distracting the Tesla at the time. Going to get a wall break in right here. This just to kind of help on the Tesla a little bit faster. But yeah, warden's chilling at this point. We're going to be going into some pretty heavy damage here. 3 defenses, so you really got to be ready to rage right there, and I was because I was looking. Which is why you pay attention. Might get like 2 balloons into this multi. I don't think I got it with the fireball, so it will be full health, but yeah, I'll just leave it right there. I'm not going to get him down. King ability here will open up the multi though, which is why I used it right there. Queen comes in, and yeah, this one's going to be a swag RC unless warden gets pulled over, but regardless, we'll finish it out. Alright, so this base, we're looking at this. Fire Spitter's facing kind of where I want to charge is not very easy. Let's see if I can even get a Flame Flinger on this one. No, definitely not. I want to fireball a Fire Spitter. That's a nice fireball, so I might charge kind of by this Archer Tower just because I'm hoping I can kind of stay behind the Spitter. So what I'm actually going to do is, my Warden's going to be pretty far over right here, and I got to take down this Mortar quickly. Maybe I should have done that before I even placed the Warden, but... yeah, as long as I take that down, my warden might get the RC right here at a good time. Not quite. Gotta be a little patient here with my warden. Okay, scatter shot's being engaged. I don't want him to go to this multi-archer tower. I'm hoping he dives into the scatter, which he should. Nice, he does. Real easy headhunter right here. Just 1 or 2 shots, yep, is enough to slow down the RC so my warden can 2-tap it. He's going to continue walking here. He might get into some decent damage with these guys. But that's okay, I got a couple freezes, so I'll freeze the ricochet to start. Somehow this got pulled, actually. Freezing the headhunter right here also. I don't think my warden is going to be able to go get the Rico yet. Now it goes down. But that's okay, we got a single invis right here. We go hit where we want. I'm actually going to hit the frost spell right here because my healers got hit by the fire mites, and that does save a lot of their health, and I do think keeps them alive, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, warden, I'll let him kind of keep picking off all this right here. 2 fire mites jumped though, which could be the problem. But yeah, looks like the healers are still going to be alive, barely. But I'm actually going to pull my warden, and these balloons will check for any mines, which might kill my healers, because I do want my warden to go into this multi-compartment. So heroes are rolling around this backside now. I'm going to need to try and bring them into the town hall, which, you know, might be a little tough, but we'll do our best. I got a skeleton spell ready for the monolith. That's going to be my kind of key on this back end. Here's a nice rage, because I really want to kind of rip through this entry that I got here. Ice Golem's about to pop. There it goes, which also allows me to get a very, very nice wall break in right there. Okay, we're trying to set a funnel right here. Not working tremendously well yet. The king ability is going to go off outside the base here, which isn't amazing, but we do get it open. I think I was late on that Skelly. Nope, not quite. So perfect. We got the Skelly spell off right there. We might have to use the Royal Champion, like, for sure, because yeah, I got to get through this compartment, which is a little tough, but yeah, I think we'll get this triple. Nice. Alright, so I did just want to say that 88% of you guys aren't actually subscribed right now, so if you wouldn't mind just dropping a subscribe to the channel, it would really help. I'm trying to reach like 500 subscribers, and as long as I can, you know, keep pushing the subscribers to the channel, I can actually become a creator and start bringing you guys giveaways and more stuff like that. So it'll benefit you guys as well in the long run, and it really just supports me growing to continue making these videos to help you guys out and be educational. So if you wouldn't mind, I'd really appreciate a subscribe, and let's hop into the next one. Alright, hook tower in the core. This can be a tough one for sure, especially the fireball on anything doesn't get it. So that can definitely be tough here, and I got a fireball on one of these rage towers, but that hook tower can be very scary. I'm thinking maybe a skeleton spell can help against it, but regardless, this one's going to be pretty tough. I'm looking at a decent flinger down here. As long as the heroes, they might cover it up, but there's still a good value getting the multi at least. Haven't really located my fireball yet, but I knew I'd want to charge somewhere in here. So I'm going to start my warden here anyway. I'm going to take down this mortar, because same thing as last attack. I mean, there is some Teslas here anyway, but I want my warden to go up kind of into this enemy queen, but also into that scattershot compartment. So she's going to be, my warden's going to be diving into all this right here. I'll rage because I thought maybe the scattershot would be hitting me. It's not yet, but it will be in a second, so not a problem. Warden, I didn't check where the hook tower range was, but don't want to get too far. I'm actually think I was mistaken. I'm pretty sure a fireball onto the builder hut does get it. So I'm actually going to frost spell right here. Hitting the triple invis. No, it doesn't get it. Okay. I thought I was mistaken and counted the wrong number of spells, but I didn't. I was right. So we'll see what my Flame Flinger can do here. But regardless, I want to make sure my warden does not get pulled by this hook tower, so I'm going to pull him well outside right here. I'm going to let my flinger kind of continue working for a little bit. But yeah, the goal ultimately is I'll actually use the double baby dragon on this one to continue pulling around, because I really want to stay away from this hook tower. I could be using a skeleton spell on it, but it's going to be kind of hard to make sure that it just never targets my warden. So I'll keep it outside as far as I can. And then yeah, I'm going to come in with the heroes right here. Maybe the king can get pulled in, because that would be kind of nice actually. Not even just not bad, it'd be kind of nice. There's the wall break. I'll get a beautiful... I'll get a Skelly spell down with the mono, because the mono, even if I can get pulled into the hook tower, which would be nice, the mono is still going to be a decent menace. So rage spell right here onto the queen. Nice, the king actually gets dragged in. He opens up absolutely everything in the core, and he'll take down the hook tower for me. So absolutely textbook right there. That's how you use the hook towers. Warden's going to roll around into both rage tower compartments actually, which is a lot for my warden, but he is kind of cruising around through here. And all I have is a freeze, but I think it's all I'm going to need, because it's just this ricochet cannon kind of left. Queen's doing amazing, amazing work in this core right here, and my warden's actually going to attack everything here kind of at different times. So yeah, we're going to finish this one up really nicely.
To
Alright, hopping into the next one here. We're doing well so far, even getting some World Champion swags, which is just a sign of really doing well and not making many mistakes. So that's awesome. This is a little bit of a tougher base. I'm going to be coming in from 12 with my ward, and there is a lot of damage on this back end. Yeah, there actually is. But I don't like charging into the spitter, so I might get a fireball either onto the ground bow or the flame spinner. So we'll see kind of where it goes. But in the meantime, oh no, got a healer being hit, but my warden's going to go take that down. Nice, only some archers got pulled. But in the meantime, I did like the flinger that was going to be offered here. I just don't know how I can set it up. So I'll go build her hut. Didn't check that out in time. But there maybe could have been one right here just between the archer tower and multi-gear, but I would have had to take down wizard towers, mortars. I don't think it was worth it. So I might just stick to fireball into flame spinner here. And then, yeah, because I don't want to pull the CC. Actually, he does step up perfectly right there to an expo because that'll let me take down a fire spitter. And that's actually what I really wanted, because if I could take down a fire spitter, I can go charge the other, and then I'll be behind them both. If I didn't get them with the fireball, my warden would have had to go walk and take one of them down. I wouldn't want to go through both, kind of right through the clan castle area. And if he went and took down one of them, the other one might be hitting his healers or him at least. So taking down one of them is textbook right there. I could even get a skelly spell in there since the... I'll save it for the monolith compartment. So my warden will be walking. It looks like he's picked his direction. And since he has... yeah, I've really been liking these skeleton spells on the entry for my heroes, so I'll use that again. That's just really helped me kind of preserve the king ability, and plus with the frost spell, or the ice block spell, it means I've been getting my king ability exactly where I want it. I do got to pay attention to my warden here. I might just use a rage because, yeah, one rage right there is what will help me through that little section, and 3 defenses, and I might even need an invis. I'll use it because it's the town hall as well. There's a lot of damage. I just don't want to risk anything. King's about to pop his ability, and I'll use it right there. I want to get the druids into the queen, so I'm using them already, because sometimes if you wait until the super minions pop, they target the super minions very often. So yeah, just kind of popping it before they even come out means it'll go to the queen like every time. So another rage right here, and that'll really help the queen ability that's about to pop and get down this mono. And yeah, we're going to triple this one too. Nice work.
They'll be calling me, they'll be calling me royalty. Best to give me loyalty, 'cause I'm taking the world, you'll see. They'll be calling me, they'll be calling me royalty.
Alright, that was another great attack. This base can be kind of tricky because of where I need to fireball. I think I want to hit at one of these multis though. I'd rather charge this left side with the king and RC rather than the other side with the minion prince, because that's a really tough charge on the minion prince. I'm actually going to set up a flinger. There is 2 mortars down there, which is kind of tough to be honest, but I think I can target both of them with some balloons. So I'm going to try and do that first actually while I'm focused. There goes one, there goes the other. So nice. Kind of hard to sneak in there, but we got it. I'm going to set up the flinger to get the archer tower and the ricochet cannon. And then yeah, I want to hit that multi, so I'm kind of hoping my warden does step down towards the world champion, the wizard tower. Not sure if he will. I didn't really pay attention to the fire spitter, which maybe I should have, because who knows if that's going to be a problem here. Obviously hitting anything in this core would be a decent fireball, but yeah, I do want to make sure I get what I'm looking for. The world champion's about to come out. I'm going for the mortar. He might continue to this archer tower, which isn't really what I have, or this air defense, yeah, which isn't what I have planned. But it kind of is what it is. I think he might lunge inside right here. Yeah, he does. So, tons and tons of damage onto my warden right here. I'm actually just going to pop the fireball because he was under a lot of damage, and that's still a pretty good fireball. Taking down the mono right here now. I'm going to freeze up the heroes again while I got a headhunter rolling in, second headhunter rolling in now. So, lots and lots of damage. I really had to make sure I was alive through that. I did do that pretty well right there. Nice, we'll get down the air defense. Headhunter comes out actually onto me. So yeah, I didn't get the clan castle, which is a bit of a bummer for sure. I actually wouldn't mind if my warden went up top. I'm not sure where he's going to go, but I do want to get my heroes into the bottom, so I'm going to get that going regardless of where my warden goes. If he joins up with them, that also wouldn't be bad, so I'm going to get them going in. I think he's going to join up with them, but yeah, I do not mind that at all. In comes the king. Nice golem. Because the healers might be in some trouble here, I'm not really sure. and so getting them to join in can just really help out. This will be a really nice ice block because, yeah, my king will be taking just so much damage. So that'll just kind of really continue his tank. There it is right there. Going to use it when the archer tower is on him. I was actually thinking earlier that using the ice block when there's a single target damage, like a X-bow or something, is phenomenal. Whereas if you use it when he's got like I don't even know, a multi on him or like a ricochet cannon, I guess was what I was thinking earlier. That'll still bounce off onto the queen and stuff, so you're not really getting the value you were looking for. There's a very nice freeze, by the way. And yeah, this one's going to be absolutely smashed. No RC, let's get it. So just kind of as I was saying right there, yeah, if you use the frost spell, you can use it on the warden in various ways, like to keep the healers alive, to set up a fireball. But if you're using it on the king, if you use it around a ricochet cannon or fire spitter, it's not really going to get that much value because it'll still bounce off to the queen. But if you use it somewhere where the queen won't actually be targeted, and so it's actually really saving you, then it can be great value. So yeah, just a little tidbit there. But I got to get into this one. I like fireballing the scatter shots. So I'll charge in from this side by the enemy king. The scatter shot's pretty far, and I know that, but I know I can get there. So I'll be using, I think, a siege barracks on this one. So out comes the enemy king. Just a single headhunter. There's going to be a lot of damage right here, and I might just hit a multi in the core and leave the clan castle up and keep my warden going around the bottom here. That will get him kind of into the other fire spitter, which isn't great. But in the meantime, he does have a pretty hefty charge to go through right here. So I'll rage him up since there's going to be decent damage, and I need him to kind of speed up. So that's another reason to use the rage right there. I can already see the fire or the invis onto the sweeper and ricochet, and then the invis down here. So I can set up maybe the invis in the core right here. Actually, 1, 2, 3. I'm either hitting the scatter shot or the invis in the core. There goes the scatter shot, which gets me the clan castle. Nope, I missed a quake. So that's definitely on me. I had the clan castle down right there, but I still think we got enough to go through this one. So yeah, my warden's going to walk around right here, which is actually perfect. Hopefully the town hall loses its rage by the time he fights him, because it actually does do some decent damage. Yeah, what I'll be doing here, oh wow, look at that perfect balloon, pulling 3 Seeking Air Mines. I'll be using another Skelly spell on entry, just as, yeah, we'll be kind of going in. I want to keep my warden alive, but yeah, going to kind of start the Sui and kind of peer back at my warden. He should be doing alright right here. I have a freeze spell, I have a frost spell. I'll freeze right there because it'll just make sure my warden's fine, and it'll, man, I really wanted my king to go in right there, and he's not going to. But, sorry, and it would stop the builder from repairing right there. So, yeah, king's not going to be doing too well for me, to be honest with you. Yeah, I was definitely hoping he would do a little more. Raging my warden right here, and then I'm actually going to freeze because I need to freeze that gear tower. My queen's doing very well, though. So we're still looking really nice. I don't necessarily know if I'm going to be swagging. Oh, there goes all of my healers, actually. So definitely not going to be swagging on this one. Just got all my healers obliterated by a mine, or yeah, farm. Getting the druids in nicely, though, onto my queen is a very big help right here. So I can get my RC through this bottom compartment through all these Tesla. I'm actually going to let her walk for a second since there's not much damage around her. No need to kind of waste her spear and stuff. All I got is the frost spell. And this is where, you know, with the ricochet cannon, I could use the frost spell onto, you know, the giant, but it would still be ricocheting off, so it's not that good of value. But yeah, we're still going to get a triple on this one, even though my warden did get clapped by and lose all his healers there. But yeah, it was well set up, to be honest with you, with the fireball and getting my warden to walk around and managing him. So even though he lost the healers, he did plenty in that attack. But yeah, let's get to the next. Alright, next hit right here. Alright, another double rage. And I'd be going into the fire spitters if I do fireball one of those rages, so I do have to think about this one a little bit. Okay, I might try, I don't know if I like a flinger though. Yeah, I don't think I see much of a flinger. I think what I'm going to do... Not going to use a flinger, and I'm going to charge the RC side. Almost didn't see that before putting my warden down. Once again, sniping this mortar to try and funnel my warden where I want him to go. Just going to use a freeze onto the multi-arch. It actually got the RC as well, but I didn't want the multi-arch to take down my headhunter. so that I'm fine right here. And my Warden's going to charge quite a bit. He's going to have a pretty hefty load on him right here. Yeah, I got a lot to ask for him on this charge. I'll rage him up into this Ricochet Cannon. I want to fireball the other multi, like the multi-archer or Inferno right here, because if I get the multi down, that will take down the other multi on the other side. And, okay, Frost Spell comes in right here. Maybe a Baby Dragon will get down that. No, it doesn't. So I need to freeze right there, actually. I'm hoping my Baby Dragon goes in to get that Headhunter, because otherwise my Warden's going to be cooked right here. Nice, so he gets it down himself. But I don't really have a lot of utility. So I think he's going to, if I just hit this, he'll go for the Expo, which isn't bad. Obviously I wanted a better Fireball, but I didn't really have the resources to get a better Fireball. Skeleton Spell, oh, just on time. I thought it was a second late, because that'll save me the Invis. Maybe you didn't want to risk it. Nope, I needed the Invis right there. Yeah, Warden charging away from the Rage Tower compartment would be nice. I don't know if he will now. It was a second late. And the Tornado right here. Oh my goodness. My Warden is in a lot of trouble. I don't know where he's going to be going right here. I think he's stepping up way too far. I'm going to try and pull him with the Baby Dragon. Nice. So we do get a hold of him right here. He's going to be charging a Rage Tower compartment, which is not good at all. He's got no resources left. This one's looking very, very grim. He used everything on that Fireball, and it wasn't even amazing. So we'll see what we can do. But yeah, definitely looking very tough. I'll keep an eye on him to see what I can do to help him. But I don't know. Like, he's not going to get that Rage Tower compartment. And then that means I don't know if this is going to be worth it. So this one's going to be really tough to triple, I think. Yeah, Queen ability already forced as well. So we'll see what we can do. I'm going to use the RC actually with him to see if we can just try and jam our way through that compartment. But I really don't know if we can. 2 Headhunters coming in, but that's just on my Warden right away. And we'll take him down. My RC doesn't even... The Headhunters don't help my RC get the enemy queen, so we don't even get the enemy queen down right there. But I'll rage. My RC does pull that at least, which is something. But yeah, this one isn't looking amazing. I don't think we'll clean it up, all just because of that pretty bad Fireball. My Warden took, yeah, all the resources and didn't even land a good Fireball. So probably should have found a little bit of a better Fireball. I'm not sure exactly what, but yeah, that didn't work out and left me with nothing for this attack. So we're going to fail this one. It still was very close. I like the RC actually going in with the Warden right there, but yeah, we'll fail this one. It will be close, especially she should go take down the Scatter right here, and it's one shot, so we'll be close. But yeah, that's a fail, and we got one more. Alright, so the final head of the day. Let's get after it. This is an interesting base, because I don't think I'll be able to fire the ball at the Clan Castle. But obviously the Rage Tower is a nice landing spot right here. So I think I'll charge... Let's see if I can get a Flinger in here. Yeah, I might set up the Flinger just out of the range of the Ricochet Cannon right there. I think I had my eye on it, but we'll see. Checking right there. Yep, that's clear. So I hope it gets the Gear Tower. I'm not really certain if it will. Did I take the tank that? I did. Okay. And I want to kind of charge this whole section. See if I can maybe get my Warden through the Expo and Scatter, and then getting the Fireball onto the multi would be phenomenal in the core there. That's what I have my eyes on. But we'll see where my Warden ends up and what I can actually do. So he's charging. I think I'll need a Rage right here, because the Rage Tower I think will go off. But anyway, we're into a lot of damage. He's going to go into the Expo and multi-arch, which is still a lot of damage in a second here. There he goes. He actually goes straight to the multi-arch, which is not really what I like to see. So he's taking his a little bit of time right there. I'm actually going to freeze right there, which I don't know if I needed, but it does definitely help. I'm going to send in another balloon to try and just take down the Archer Tower a little quicker. I pulled a Clan Castle with it, so a bit of a mistake right there. Oh man, I need one more shot to go off. I don't want to use the Invis, and I did, and that was just a fully wasted one. I didn't need that right there. Maybe I'll Fireball that Rage Tower just because it does get decent value, and I couldn't really find anything else. I wasn't going to get the Clan Castle. There was no way. But yeah, I definitely want my Warden to go up here, even though the Monolith is there. I need to avoid this Clan Castle at all costs. So I'll pull him, even though he might have been going there on his own anyway. I'm not sure. But yeah, Skelly Spell will come down right here. Really help out on the enemy Queen. Down comes the Furnace now. I got an invis actually, which is perfect, gets the headhunter in it. Now I got a start, so a little slow actually starting right there, but the flinger does help with time, so it might still be okay, but yeah, a little slow of a start with the heroes right there. We'll see kind of if that catches up to us. How's the warden doing? I got an invis ready for him if I need it. He looks like he'll get the monolith down in time. Perfect. I got the ice block spell. Oh no, he didn't get the monolith down yet. So good thing I was watching. My king hasn't gone into the base yet, but he definitely should. There's my freeze. I'll actually rage early because I need my king to kind of get in front right there and start tanking. My queens luckily, or not luckily I guess, but the druids are really helping. Trying to snipe that down right there. So yeah, my king just really continues in right here. There's a huge hand king because it's got the Expo on him and the RC, which are both single target tanks. We'll use the RC on this one to really help with time especially. And yeah, we'll finish this one up. Nice. Alright, so solid day, 310. Yeah, had that fail. That was a poor fireball is what I'm thinking. And then yesterday's 312 are both good days, especially today will be plus 13 at least. So we'll be above 5,900 right here, but we do still need to keep pushing. So hopefully in the last couple of days here I can actually get some good defense, maybe a 1-star, maybe just a couple more defenses and go perfect. But that'll do it for today's video. Yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think, anything you want to see different, need any help with the army. I'd love to help. I love answering you guys. And that'll do it all for today. So see y'all in the next one. Peace.